Okay, just a
restart.
second.
Are you there, Professor?
Yeah, I'm there. I
But
have.
we are not visible to us.
Oh, I have an issue with the camera. It's
Just
not.
a wait. Satish, can you go and I'm sending Satish 1 second. Give 1 second. Satish is coming there.
Shall I go out and come again? Can I come again, sir? Can
You
I?
try it.
Yes, please. So I just. It says that, okay, right
Yeah,
now.
it's okay. Yeah, you can go ahead now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm starting. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Christina, Associate Professor at Firebird Institute of Research and Management, and I'm glad to have the privilege of moderating today's session. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to today's knowledge sharing session organized by the Association of Indian Management Schools. AIMS, as you all know, is apex body for management education in India, dedicated to supporting business schools across the country. With a leadership team composed of veterans in management education, AIMS brings together a wealth of experience and set the highest national and international standards for excellence in this field. As part of this commitment to advancing management education, AIMS hosts this unique knowledge sharing session every Wednesday and Friday. These sessions offer an invaluable platform for senior academicians to share their expertise, providing insights at both conceptual and practical levels to benefit the entire management fraternity, students, educators, and professionals alike. Today, we are honored to have with us a highly esteemed academician, Dr. P. Srinivas Rao. Dr. Rao is a respected figure in the world of management education, known for his deep insights and commitment to empowering future business leaders. He has over 34 years of experience in management education, combining industry and academic expertise. As a director of Firebird Institute of Research and Management, he leads with a focus on technology driven innovation, enriching PGDM and MBA programs with a contemporary specialization such as business analytics, fintech, and digital marketing. Dr. Rao has been an invaluable pillar to our institution, guiding us with his visionary leadership and profound expertise in management. Under his direction, we have witnessed remarkable growth in both our academic programs and student development initiative. With an MBA in marketing, an MBA in HR, and a PhD in marketing, he mentored 6 PhD scholars and has published 41 international research articles. Dr. Rao is deeply dedicated to guiding and inspiring students, offering invaluable support that empowers them to achieve academic and professional excellence. Dr. Rao's contribution to curriculum development and his strong collaboration with industry partners have greatly enriched our educational journey, ensuring that we stay at the cutting edge and knowledge and real world application. Today, Dr. Rao is going to speak on the topic MBAs in the world of flux. This is an incredibly relevant topic in the ever-changing global environment. Flux is an acronym developed by Dr. Rao, which encapsulates key insights into navigating the complexities of modern business landscapes. I look forward to guiding the conversation and engaging with all of you as we explore this vital topic. Please join me in welcoming Dr. P. Srinivas Rao. I'll now hand over the session to Dr. Rao. Please, sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. Lots of gratitude to the executive body of AIMS, Dr. Sudhir Sharma, the president, current president, Dr. Nandagopal, and other senior professors on the board, and team of young minds who are supporting this knowledge sharing session every week, twice in a week. I congratulate them in organizing and articulating the senior professors who can deliver the valuable insights to the young minds of this nation, as well as also correcting the young professors to the right direction and inspiring them there with vast knowledge. And today I'm very happy that my session is going to be on particularly focused on students, MBAs in the world of flux. So today, large number of business schools are there in this country, more than 4,000 business schools, 3,700 affiliated colleges, and 300 business schools. All this manpower are going to be an asset to the Indian economy. If we are producing right MBAs, definitely the GDP will enhance. If we are producing wrong MBAs, we are going to have unemployment pool more. Toward this, I try to develop concept of flux, how in the world of flux an MBA can be nurtured and focused for his skill, knowledge, and competency so that he can handle the turbulence of business, the turbulence of environment, and turbulence of demanding nature of technology. So I have a framework, a lot of slides are there. I'll try to maximum, give the concept clearance rather than giving a theoretical input. So I'll go one slide. If anybody would like to ask me a question, please put a note on the message so that either Dr. Christiana will handle or later I'll handle. The importance of MBAs, I said that today evolving global environment is immense. And this session is very specifically made for to equip the MBA graduates with the strategies that sustains in this flux kind of environment. Now, you may ask this, what is a flux? It's a new terminology. You had heard about VUCA, BANI, but recently when I was going through a lot of literature, when I was trying to watch a lot of videos about the business and business possibilities at global scale, I could coin this. This is called flux, futuristic technology disruption, and liquidity and cost dynamics, and unstable political and economic landscape, and exponential changes in the sustainability and governance. This is what I have in my mind. So influx in the economy also say that there is a lot of change will be there. You need to understand the change, the dynamics of the business, inside, outside, dynamics of the global operation. While having so that, I thought that why not I put this across to the young minds of this country and discuss in detail. When I talk about the futuristic technological disruption, number one comes to me for the impact of high-end technology now. Today we have, all of us, we have positively impacted, negatively impacted, and also there are a lot of gaps because the emerging technology like AI, blockchain, IoT. When you see that, particularly Internet of Things has made India as a very, very high in position in terms of our digital payment. But AI is a big question mark of the reality of learning. It helps a lot. Content, it will definitely help in content writing and content development. But is it going to help the core manufacturing area? That is what is more important. Is it really going to develop the intellectual abilities and capabilities among the young minds, or is it going to make a lethargic mind just cut paste copy the culture? These are the questions need to be generated in the minds of both educators as well as learners. I mean, see that provide mentors as well as mentees, that what we have today. For example, the AI, what we see only ChatGPT, is not only one model, AI. There are multiple AI tools are there in various areas. Hundreds of AI tools are there. The blockchain also, the blockchain helps the creating a network of governance either in the government or network of payment gateways or the future net also is possible. This is one of the things which we need to understand. If somebody is away from these future technology disruptions, we don't know that what is next. The disruption is at a very high level that we need to consider. Then transformation of traditional business models. There is no more the traditional business that where you produce a good and sell it. It's not like that. Today, e-commerce, particularly, e-commerce models are very competitive. It's very cost in dynamics, and it also changes the model so fast which cannot be predicted also. The traditional business model where you have a defined consumers, you have a defined suppliers, defined logistic gateways, you have a defined resources of raw material and a manufacturer, and a combination of these people work together. Today it's not like that. The traditional business model do not work today. If I want a simple one quote, let's say I want some tons of stones for, let's say, that to create a wall to around my campus. This was a practical example which I'm trying to tell you also. Tons of stones I need to create a wall into my campus, the fencing wall. The guy who quoted me something, some XYZ, rupees. But when I checked with the internet, I could see that it is just 25% of the cost what he quoted. So what happens to a traditional business person? Because there are vendors online, there are business models are different. The person who is working in the database company, it is not a manufacturer, it's not a vendor, but he can collect the number of vendors. So definitely the business models which are there going to be technology driven are going to disrupt the business models and also create new business model. Now, we'll have a different opportunities, both positive opportunities as well as negative opportunities. That is what threats we have from the technological advancement. See, we think that we have a technology, but somebody is also having a technology. The competitiveness in technology driving forces makes all the difference. It's not enough that you have a technology. How best you execute, that is more important. And is that technology is affordability is also important. So these are the few things which I would like to focus on: the futuristic technology disruption, impact of AI, blockchain, and IoT, and transformation of the business model from traditional model to new models, and the opportunity and threats that is creating in the framework of technological advancement. Now, this is very interesting that now the another aspect is very challenging: liquidity and cost dynamics. Now, here we talk about importance of management and pricing strategy, financial agility as a competitive edge, and shifting the value creation to financial strategy. The business models used to work more on the value creation earlier. Today, what happens that how best work on the financial strategy. For example, I'm going to talk about, based on an e-commerce, a shoe company, a case study, small case study, how it works on the liquidity and cost dynamics. There is called Niman's One Shoe Company is there, which is basically sales in online only. It will not have a retail stores, maybe one or two retail store in the metros. This company offers one third at price of all leading brands, and today 30 millions pieces have been already sold in the market. The price what it looks for, the cost at what it looks, it wants the produced goods must come into the cash at the earliest. Suppose he has kept a, let's say, a price tag of, let's say, 1800 rupees per pair of shoes. Suppose the stock is up, is there in the stockyards, too much stock is piling up, they will not mind to cut the price to even to cost of production. They'll get into 900,000 rupees also. The new business models are working on the liquidity, and the cost dynamics are very competitive. The sourcing of the material and sourcing, of the goods are very, very dynamic in today's business. So what happens that the more the times of your money rotates, the more the number of times you get a percentage of profit. Even they have a model, suppose some model, this is actually made, these shoes are being made by the pearl bottles or maybe Bisleri bottles and all. They create such kind of input in the shoes where the shoes are so comfortable. In case shoes are not being sold in the market, immediately they will again recycle the shoes and bring a new model. So that their business model is completely on the liquidity and the cost dynamics. For example, all of us, we invest on mutual funds, we invest in stocks, we invest in commodities. Let's say somebody is investing in commodities, and there is a chance of that commodity liquidation is very tough. Whereas a mutual fund liquidation is very, very easy. In stock or stock trading also very, very easy. Suppose you get into fixed deposit, your stock, your option is to putting a time period for to earn your money. But today business model, they want a flow of raw material into semi goods, semi goods to goods, and goods to convert to the values to the consumer, and consumer give the benefit of this product, and finally the manufacturer or marketer, he gets his money back. That money has to be rotated. So today it is not that a style of putting all the stock into that, I have a big storeroom. No, today storerooms and big shopping malls do not work on these principles of liquidity and cost dynamic. So finally, what we try to do that in this formula, new formula, that we are trying to create an importance of the cost management and pricing strategy. Pricing strategies are not static; it's very dynamic. It is basically driven by the market forces, not by manufacturing process. Even in cases that kind of things are there are a lot of channels are there, partners are there who are in the logistics supply chain management. All this together, you need a financial agility, that adaptability of creating funds, creating a cost dynamics, creating a competitive edge in delivering the goods and value. And finally, the main component is more than value. You are creating a perceived value through your brand positioning, through your stories of branding. But finally, what are you looking? You are looking shifting you from value creation to financial strategy only. Survival, growth, and profitability is the main mantra of any corporate today. Corporates are the external face of the corporate is value delivery, brand building comes to your story. But in reality, today corporates are working on the creation of financial strategies where they can sustain their funds, where they can liquidate their fund, they can grow, and reasonably they can maintain their profits. Now, the other part is very interesting one. Now, geopolitical and economic landscape. Now, this impact of your business, all the MBA students who are there today, they are not the managers of only either state of Uttar Pradesh or Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. They are the managers of the global business. All MNCs have the impact on us. Impact of globalization on the trade and investment is very important. Corporate mergers and acquisitions are very important, need to be taken care. Influence of deep states and black money transactions also very important. Suppose some graduates today, if they think that, okay, I have studied marketing, I have studied finance, I have studied HR, I have studied logistics, supply, digital marketing, all blah, blah, whatever specialization is there, that's enough. That's not enough. Today, that level, even graduate level also, this is being taught. But what are you being an MBA? An MBA need to be an executive with a leadership quotient and also an entrepreneurship quotient and looking towards the global impact, global business. Today, whatever some maps which I'm trying to show you, all that is the emerging trends, emerging challenges what we have. I'll go to the first map. You can see that I'm trying to show the Middle East to you, all of you, how the geopolitical impact can change the landscape of your economics, landscape of your business, landscape of your logistics supply chain management. So if you see that recent war, of course, Russia and Ukraine I have not brought here. That is much in deeper. Now, if I wanted to educate that, there is no course in the MBA program where geopolitical environment and landscape is being taught, or where geopolitical governance is being taught, or where the treaties of UN and other economic summit and all bilateral trades and bilateral agreement between the countries are not being reflected there. It is being left as a political discussion or maybe a national news only. But it is very imperative that today's managers, today's leaders need to understand the international scenario also. Look at now what is happening? Israel is one area, very small country, but reflecting as a very powerful. Look at the above Israel, Lebanon is there. Back of Saudi Arabia, you have Yemen is there. The upper side, you have Iran, side by Iraq and Syria. Now, when you see that, this picture completely unrest that area. Completely unrest. Here also, if you can see that much broader picture where you have a Saudi Arabia, again back Yemen, then you have Sudan, this set, all South African countries. Upper side, you have Iran, Turkey is there, Egypt is there. And the middle map shows that it is a Mediterranean Sea is there. In that, you have a Gaza Patti and West Bank. Above that, you can understand Lebanon is there, left side, completely war. Completely war, non-stop war is going on, lot of diplomacy is going on, political games are going on, and you see that all are other side. If you see that the right side, oil deposits, oil producers, these are the Saudi Arabia produces oil, Yemen is also there, Turkey is there, Iran is there, Iraq is there, then other some of the countries also produce oil. In between, they all are sea lines. You can see the blue lines are sea line. Where this is a, I will show that next line. See the trade routes to Europe from India via Middle East. Look at the trade routes. Where the trade routes are going. Look at that darker blue lines and also look at the sea. So if this area is unrest, violence, and there is no security for logistics supply chain management, what will happen to India or any other countries also? Look at India's import of crude by origin of the country. Look at it brings lot of from Russia. There is already war is there with Ukraine, lot of disturbance. The channels are being blocked. Iraq is there, Saudi Arabia is there, UAE is there, United States is there. Then Oman, Venezuela, all these things are the trade routes for us. Now, in such conditions, what will happen? Definitely, when the logistics supply chain management affects, oil is the blood of the business. And the crude oil, further, it gives you multiple products, 7, 8 products which are also utilized in manufacturing of various goods and services. Oil is not only for for vehicles. Crude oil is meant for a lot of things. So that can be discussed in detail. So if you see that fundamentally, again, I'll go back how the technology, futuristic technology, if that can disturb you. Okay. Second is 1 minute, something gap is there. Instability, okay, in the global environment, and where I come to the again that liquidity, and other one is exponential change. Instability in the geopolitical area. Then I'll come to the traits, what I discussed already. Then this is another big challenge for us, that exponential changes in the sustainability and the governance. A rise of ecocide as a global threat. See, we are talking about genocide, like recently in Bangladesh, a lot of things happened. Similarly, some other countries also is happening. But more than that, this all advanced countries, the kind of ecological disbalance, the global warming, the kind of pesticide, the kind of manufacturing happened, it is creating a rise of ecocide. Once the environment is polluted in certain level, it cannot be brought. It will take this earth, this forest, this ecosystem, this greenery is a result of hundreds and thousands of years. It's not made in 1 day or 2 day, but nobody is bothered about. Everybody would like to explore the production, explore the goods and services, would like to make money out of it. So this definitely is going to hit all of us. And the managers of today and tomorrow, leaders of tomorrow, young minds should put in their hands as a first priority that how do we create this sustainability and protect from this ecocide. And also see the international challenges on the governance and regulation is also very, very difficult. Now today, United Nations becomes poor man's club only. It is there for the big men's, ideas. Big men's, they give the veto power. But in fact, what happens whenever there is a problem is there, they're not able to take care of the problem. Rather, it is a stage discussion only. It is not practical execution anywhere. For example, that UN peacekeeping force, whenever something happens, though in spite of UN's peacekeeping force is there, but other things keeps on happening. That means what is the role of even a peacekeeping force? There it remains, it's unfertile, and it's not working together. So the challenges on international governance is also very, very important. Rules, policies, laws are very, very fluctuating, and it is a convenience governance. It is not a covering the humanity, covering the entire universe is not a question. It's not a matter here. It is a convenience governance is happening. If Europe wants something, they will do something. US wants something, they will do something for that. So today, that young managers should focus on these areas to create a concept of that where they can create a comprehensive understanding of the global governance. Today, we have the largest, educated force in the world. I think we will definitely redefine these goals. United Nations sustainable goals can be redefined, and we can really put forward our, ability and strength in convincing the other advanced countries. There will be time where the Indian manpower only will control. Of course, today the CEOs who are there in MNCs all are being from the India. So why not that leaders of tomorrow who will think about the global, global well-being, not only India well-being. There is a time will come that India will definitely put its own, strength on the international platform. So looking at that, we need to focus on the sustainability of the industry and manufacturing, and need to generate inclusiveness in our nature and the business. Now, whatever I spoke on that's the flux. Basically, that is a futuristic technology disruption, then instability in the global phenomena, and global, geopolitical environment, then liquidity and cost dynamics, then exponential growth in sustainability area. That's what I just gave a basic warming up, which includes the present wars, where I started, focusing on the Middle East, where the wars are very extremely, at high pitch, where that can impact. It's vulnerable to Indian economy because all the trade routes are through that only. We are being connected to Europe from that only. Our manufacturing imports are all from that route only. Our crude oil comes from that route only. Our economy, large manpower also works in these areas only, where foreign exchange comes also. So the MBAs are not only confined with the syllabus what we today have. Now, what is the strategic framework that graduates need to know about in the world of flux? Now, I would like to understand at three levels. One is essential competencies. What is required? Agility, resilience, and innovation. These words are already might have been spoken by your professors or might have been discussed in various platforms. Second is levels of competency. Third is opportunity and threat from the technological advancement. When I talk about agility, resilience, it is all different level. Agility should be adopted by an individual. Resilience should be adopted by individual, and innovation should be adopted by individual. Same, it can be at personal level, it can be at social level, at professional level. I have a small difference of opinion on the theoretical perspective, whatever we write about agility. Agility, and for example, somebody who can adopt the changes, somebody can understand, who can equip at attitude level or at system level or at policy level or a business model which can be flexible, which can be curable, which can be movable. These are things. And that can be at personal level, an individual whose career can, who can work on his career and he can make better things to happen through agility. Resilience, there is another normal theories are there, resilience. That means in spite of turbulence, you come back where you are there. Wherever you stand there, you come back. For example, a tree is there and there is a hurricane happen or something, a cyclone happen. Tree will bend because of the forces of the cyclone or hurricane and all. Again, it comes back at the stand. That's what you call resilience. But in business, resilience is not that. In business resilience, you are in a dynamic world. you have a strategic goals, you have a vision, you have a mission, you have an objectives based on your portfolio of requirements. So what resilience, while you are in a turbulence, you need to keep moving. Though you have, you know, setbacks, you may lose money, you may lose technology, you may be out of market competition, but you don't come back to that position where you are in X place. At 2024, you are in X place. You are expected in 2030 X plus 6 or X plus to the power n. But in between 2027, there is a huge problem. There is a fluctuation in the business. It doesn't mean that, okay, you are in 2004, you stand there only. No, you need to move. The resilience of today and technology, tomorrow's technology, you should have a company's governance in a governance and redundancy system in such a way that in spite of resilience wherever the the fluctuations are there, wherever the setbacks are there, you keep your pace, whatever you decided. At the same time, you need to move along with the market speed, along with the market models, along with the business strategic models, along with the global speed only. Otherwise, you might have come back with a resilience model, but you're far away from the competitive world. Now, of course, I don't require to talk about innovation. It is a buzzword for every person. How innovation is something that you deliver value to the market who consumes it, and also you maintain the cost dynamics. Anything that you produce that have a cost dynamics that should be within the reach of the market. Innovation doesn't mean that you produce something which is cannot be consumed. That is your scientific discovery, scientific invention that need to have a market model, that need to have a consumer model, that need to have a business outcome model. So innovation today with business is a business outcome. That could be a sustainability, that could be a growth, that could be a profitability. And all these agility, resilience, and innovation can be at personal level, it can be at social level. So, I mean, I say that a good attitude is an agility, good agility to adopt anything. And a group cohesiveness could be a social agility. And a group effort can be in a social resilience. A team and which works day and night in a company to build a new models of products, services, and overcomes and transcends all the barriers of the market and puts itself into a niche market. Then it's again resilience at professional level and along with innovation. So agility, resilience, and innovation go together. It is not that you one is there and they're not interlinked. They're interlinked only. And when you have these three things with you at three levels, then you can map your opportunities and threats from the technological advancement. Without these three fundamentals, you cannot map where you will have the opportunities, where you will have threats. So the MBA graduates need to have these three frames. These things are not written in the books either. It is not. It is out of my experience where I interact with many business, leaders, as well as also my personal experiences both in academics and business. Now, as strategic framework for MBA graduates in FLUX, essential components are again same things. So there's agility, resilience, and innovation levels of at personal level, social level. Okay. So the agility, resilience, and innovation, these are the basically theoretical, statements. Adopt the swiftly to the change, recover from the setbacks. But I don't say the recover from the setbacks. I will say that recover from the setbacks, but move along with the speed also. Recovering the setback, see, it doesn't work. Suppose you have a fever and you're out of fever again, you are there only. You're there only. While you have a fever, see that you take right food, you take right exercise, but keep moving. You cannot sit on a bed or you can't sleep. That is the worst case. So innovation also create and implement novel solutions. Novel solution need to be business solution, not personal solution, social solution. It need to give an impact on your basically survivability, growth, and profitability. Now, what we can do? I think some people can be admitted. Can I admit? Yeah, admitted. Yes. Now, this how do we create this framework? How do we create this framework? Agility, resilience, and innovation. How do you get it? You get at personal level. One has to have them, continuous learning. Okay. Can it? uh, can somebody help me to admit people? I don't require to admit. Somebody who's an admin is there, they can admit, keep on admitting.
Yeah, I can admit.
Yeah, please admit.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about personal level strategies, personal level, you know, one is that as an MBA student, you need to learn. There's no second thought for you. You think that if you're an MBA, graduate and you completed, that's not enough. Continuous learning, and also today groups works on emotional intelligence. The team works on the emotional intelligence. Your business happened with the network, business happened with the personal relations, business happened with professional relation also. The more than rational feelings, the emotional intelligence is playing very vital role. And all these things need to be in a time of time only. If you're ignoring the time, it's very difficult. You want to learn, okay, continuous learning. What are you learning? Are you learning in 10 years? Are you doing a PhD in 10 years? That makes no sense. Your thesis, what you have planned it, you what data might have collected, and either in a project or anything that you produce after 4 years, that is irrelevant to the market. Most of professors like us, we keep on doing that, a PhD work for 4 years, 5 years. No, not at all. If a PhD work is there, even we need to revamp at university level, at institution level. Any research work, if it goes beyond 9 months, the market dynamics absolutely different. Very, very difficult. All the theoretical perspective, long term, short term, is no more in the market now. Today, market is driven by the technology speed, and lot of emerging things are happening. Emerging inputs are happening at every level. So we need to understand them. So my, input for students of MBA: continuous learning, keep your emotional intelligence very high, and keep that time is the biggest asset for today. Like if you're in a stock market, you know that how much important time. A fractions of second, your market will change. A fractions of you put either buy or sell. It all depends whether you earn or lose. These things comes on, and what strategy you need to adapt is that growth mindset. You cannot be lethargic. You cannot be simply laying down on things happen. I'm an MBA or I'm enough to do anything. No, not at all. You should 24 into 7, your mindset should speak that how do I grow? How do I adopt? How do I learn? How do I get into new business models? How do I get into new frame of opportunities? These are very important. So, personal branding. Today, people are accepted when you reflect the vibes. The vibes could be at personal level, social level, and professional level. But as an MBA student, yes, at personal level, people should feel comfortable zone with you. That whenever you're talking to somebody, whenever you're mailing somebody, when you're in a group of people, they should feel that your personal vibe should be there. And when you are in a group of students, or group of faculty, group of management fraternity, or group of leaders in the business, they should see that somebody is a magnetic personality and somebody is different. Either that is a personality in the LinkedIn, personality in Facebook or social media, XYZ. Suppose your personality is something. Today all of you need to remind that management graduates particularly, that you are being mapped your personality by your social media. Your social media metrics and analytics are seen by recruiters. So a personal brand need to be very, very prominent, promising, and productive from the minds of the recruiter. Then digital literacy. As we know that digital marketing and social media is not only that. Today, when we talk about digital literacy, it's more on AI, machine learning, statistics, and metrics and algorithms. So digital literacy has gone just beyond your posting of Insta and this thing. Particularly, the AI tools can facilitate you. For example, Chat GPT itself is the having agility, resilience, and innovation. You need to be very careful. Whatever the principles just explain that. If you try to plant those models in Chat GPT, look at its resilience. Look at its agility. Look at its expandability. Look at its model of learning and relearning and reproducing the results what we demand. Similarly, you can try it with the Gemini. Is there one more model which is different kind of thing, and you have a Copilot which works. These are the model of agility, resilience, and innovation. This is the technological perspective which I'm talking about. Now, again, I'll go to social level, strategies that you are a part of this society. You are not away from this society. Cultural competence is very important. Suppose you are talking to a Japanese, you need to know that how the Japanese behave. They are very humble. They are very modest. They bow down their body and greet you. And if you're an American, you are a very straight body and you say hi, bye, and all. If you're an, European, you have different. If you're German, you are very strong. So collaborate. These are the cultural competencies need to be adopted by observing videos, by talking to them, by exchanging idea either in Zoom call or maybe on, let's say, that a LinkedIn friendship. So understanding or trying to read their books, trying to read their cultural heritage and all these things, then also listening their videos, watching their movies, watching their political leaders. All this is very important. And collaborative leadership today, think that leadership by individuals, it will not work. Leadership. For example, the beautiful example of today, Maruti sustains itself, Maruti Udyog, but it was a collaborative leadership in manufacturing. Maruti is the first car in India which is really created. It is because of collaboration with Suzuki. Now, TVS also started with Suzuki only. Today, TVS itself is a brand. Hero Honda, it's basically Honda inputs. So, either in personal level or in manufacturing or in a product level, if you have a collaborative advantage, see some of the resources of production or resources of services can be collaborated with between two countries, can be nurtured with the mutual benefits. We have some strengths, they have some strength. Today, for example, why everybody looks in India? Because our demographic dividend, our purchasing power, when the whole world GDP is at a downsizing level, we're still at a positive, and that to 6.7 and all. Before the election also, it was good. It touched around 7 point, and the first quarter of 24, it was 8.4. I remember 4th February, Goldman Sachs has announced that India's quarter is 8.4. Due to political turbulence, again, I say that the political turbulence, the flux model, the stock market has come down. Now, stock marketing is every day is fluctuating because of the wars. I want to tell you that while having this strategy, in between, I'll tell you something that's very important that you need to understand. There was a one statement I said, deep state, strategies that need to be understood by every management graduate. That maybe I'll go further and come back to on that. Now, ethical awareness, the social level strategy. See, finally, any brand, any company, or any product or any service can sustain only when it is ethically delivered. So, as a managers, all of you need to understand that ethical practices is a very important. You cannot cheat a consumer time to time. Then, what are the strategies you need to have this kind of cultural competency, collaborative leadership, and ethical awareness? Definitely, you have to have a network building, mentorship, community engagement. So, you need to understand that you want a cultural competency, build a network. You want to learn leadership at higher level, adopt a mentorship. You want to ethical awareness, get into the community engagement. If you do that, these things can help you. Then let us work on the professional level strategy. What you need. At professional strategy, look at again here. Today, you cannot think straightforward that I want this. No, you need to strategically have to think that whether your strengths, that your weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges are within the framework of your agility, resilience, and innovation or not. Whether you fit into the financial acumen or not, whether you are able to take a risk on that or not. If you do not, these are the professional, the competencies one need to have. So if you think only, no, whatever I'm thinking, right? No, don't think that. That could be your emotional, leverage and dominance. But suppose you want to invest in stock market, it is not your, no, I have some money, I will invest. No, not at all. It will not work. Stock market needs a lot of analytical thinking. Okay. It needs mapping of metrics of weeks or months together, or trend analysis, or maybe the standard deviation, or maybe different ratios. Maybe that, beta, alpha, maybe the different ratios that you need to take the help. Then you need to create a portfolio of your investment pattern, whether you want quick results, whether you want a moderate 5 years, whether you 10 months. That is a strategic thinking. That will give financial acumen, and it will give a risk, management, concepts also. Not just like that. Then how do you do it? What are the strategies required at professional level? That is required innovative problem solving and agile methodology. For example, if you Flipkart is there, now the festival season is there. If you look at Flipkart, the number of orders that is being booked too high, but it has got agile frame redundancy capacity, its servers, its stockyards. During that time, it has given a trend analysis of that during this month at this price, some product will bought. Same thing with Amazon also. You never seen that Amazon or Flipkart get crashed. You don't get it because these are the agile systems, resilience in the technology, and innovative in adoption of the demand of the market. So you need to look at that kind of things, and also at the same time, you need to work on the what do you call that sustainable practices. Sustainable practices means it is not only sustainable energies and all. Sustainable practice which can be nurtured over a period of time, which are realistic, which are, it is a part of the both service receivers and service providers. Now, let us work all these things step by step. Now, step by step guide to navigate the flux. So these are the some of the things are at individual level, some of the things at group level, right? For example, self-assessment and skill development is a fundamental step for anybody. How do I nurture myself? How do I fit into this kind of turbulent market? You need to know that before you get into a water, you should know that what is the depth of the water, whether you can swim or not. First is self. I know swimming, but do you have a skill to get into a swimming pool which is got 24 feet down? No. 5 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet, I can. So skill mapping is very important, and building a robust professional network is second point. When you want to sustain this kind of environment, then MBA can be taught, but MBA cannot be, just taught in the classroom. MBA program need to be practiced also. While the theoretical perspective framework need to be given in the classroom, but today I feel that the kind of business environment, it has to be your skill, your knowledge, your the sharpness should come through practical experience. Recently, UGC also is introducing that people can go for an internship for 6 months, 1 year also. There will be time that I don't think that a student will like to study MBA for another 2 years. After BBA, after 4 years of engineering, after 4 years of, as per the NAP new policies, 4 years of degree course, I don't think anybody would like to study. Maybe they would like to study for 9 months. They would like to, go for another, 1 year of intensive training. And also, the concept, like some of the best companies in the country, in the world, they have their own platforms which cannot be taught in our classrooms. So they would like to take young graduates, and they would like to see the basic, agility, resilience, and innovation quotient. Then immediately they would like to put into their platform for training for 1 year on business. So if you say that this kind of flux world can be the handled, you need to have a 50% of your team, minimum 50% of time engaged in your projects, case studies, and learning from the industry mentors, and going to industry, collecting the facts and data, and working on the front end markets. Either it could be in financial management, it could be in business analytics, it could be digital marketing. I hope that by the time, most of us, we understand the basics of digital marketing. Even if you want a designing skills, you don't learn from the classroom. You have to take software, you have to have some designing tools, and you do that. So same time, that lifelong learning is the basic mantra, and developing strategic leadership is more important. These are the 5 steps that can navigate you. Which can be, I think, I don't require to shoot the time. I'll leave some time for the question answers also. And these are step-by-step guide for navigating. Maybe, in detail is there. I can send this PPT to understand anybody, any student want, or any young faculty would like to write an article on that, or further you would like to implement further, would you like to suggest, argue, debate, discuss, and create a growth platform for these concepts, you're most welcome. I would like to send this also. Then finally, the strategic metrics for positioning India as a global hub, which is a very big topic, but I would like to just read that we need to develop an innovation ecosystem, industry excellence, and information technology as a leadership, sustainability and inclusiveness, and strategic policy and governance. These are the major things that young minds should work on. That they India is a very big country, we have assets, we have a possibilities of doing many things, and we have technology, we have a learning ability. Our nation is not towards the destruction of another nations. We would like to feel like that world is ours, and we do that with that growth mindset. I think we are the best people in the world to do, and today we are the best people in the world, and we can do better than anybody in this world, where entire world is fighting. You see that way wherever is that. Yeah, I want to tell the globe deep strategy before I end that, because this young mind should understand that deep strategies by the advanced countries is a strategy which is planted by weak country, neighboring country, or a weak business model pushing a country to downfall. And see, I don't, restrict myself to talk about that. See, there was Bangladesh is a result of deep strategy by powerful country. Similarly, the war which is going on in Israel and with Gaza and Lebanon and other, Yemen and Iran is a planted war by China. There is no $500 million is being given by Iran to Hamas and Lebanon. These are the some of the deep strategies to downsize a powerful country. Similarly, India is yesterday only. The Canada is another plant, a battery plant by US, because India did not agree for certain restricted services and practices, which is acquired by the Russia and Indian agreement. And so now they don't have anything to disturb Indian economy. So they are taking the help of this, the Canada about our raw and all. So these are very important: global governance, geopolitics, and the global products and services. So one need to being an MBA, your contemporary affairs, you need to observe all the things what is happening at global. Then you work on your strategy. If you know marketing, if you know finance, that's not enough, because you know some formulas of marketing finance, you put across the stock market, you see tomorrow it's out. That's not possible. I think with this I have many things to discuss, but time is not there. So vision, what vision we can have and all, that's a different thing. We can transform India into a global center for innovation, industry, and IT, leverage the demographic dividend and technology capabilities. This all I can say that now. I don't mind to take questions. Few questions. If I know the question for your question answer, immediately I'll reply. If I don't understand or if I don't have a data, I don't mind in answering in due course of time. So, Dr. Christina, that you can sum up the things, and you
Yes.
can take questions if somebody is having a question.
So I request the students to please ask questions if you have any.
You can be louder. You're not louder.
Uh, I think most of the students who are attending this webinar is Gen Z students, sir. So on
Yeah.
behalf of the students, let me ask a question. If you're giving a quick suggestion to the students to keep up with the emerging changes or with the changes or the flux which you have explained, what would it be?
No, repeat your question.
Like you have explained the concept of flux, right, sir?
Yeah.
So we have a pool of Gen Z students attending this webinar today. So
Okay.
if you are giving a suggestion to them, what would be the two suggestions you would like to give to the students?
I would like to say that number one, keep a positive attitude. Things will change in favor of you. Things may not change in favor of you. All you may get best jobs, you may not get best jobs. So in towards this, um, career growth, your patience and perseverance is very important. See, if I see that, see, there was a time when we have to dial to a telephone number 10 times we had to rotate that old dialing. Okay, today our young students do not require to dial also, they can voice over it. I said, I need Dr. Christina, can you call? You get it. So life has been very nurturing, very fundamentally. It was at different levels of, struggle and comfort during last 50, 60 years, whereas last, 10 years or 20 to 10 years, it's a more comfortable journey for them. So that comfortable journey at personal level, because parents are wealthy enough today, we are earning money, all the parents, we are not no more a poor country. Some people call poor country. No, it's not like that. You go to village also, they have a mobile today. We are able affordable. So only thing is that because everything comes in a very fast way, but life doesn't come in a fast way. Life comes through its own way. Learning comes to its own way. Lot of resilience is required to adopt these challenges. And mental health. Today, I would like to suggest that mental health is the more important than anything else.
Yes. So may I ask the students if you have any more questions, you may please pose the questions. You can raise your hand and please pose the questions, please. In case if you don't have any questions, shall we wind it up, sir?
Let's wait for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Up to 4 o'clock, we have time. Anybody has got any questions?
And may I ask you one more question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so we are living in a technology-driven world, and majority of the Gen Z are also acquainted with most of the technologies now. Now, what is your advice to Gen Z, whether they need to be updated with the technology which is prevailing now, or what will happen if they are not?
No, that's what I spoke about digital literacy. Digital literacy doesn't mean only posting in social media. Every graduate, whether it's arts, science, commerce, or any discipline, should adopt technology, because the world is driven by technology. The disruption is very high, and upgradation of technology is very important. And it is very simple example. Like somebody might have bought a mobile 2 years back with maybe 4 MB RAM, but definitely today might be buying for a 8 MB, and maybe after 2 years, 16, you know, I'm not MB, I'm talking GB. I'm talking, sorry, it's GB. And everybody's hard disk might be, the storage may be earlier started with 56, 128. Today is 256 is very common. So as you adapt your products and services in your life, like mobiles and watches and shoes and all, the learning and infrastructure that makes you, that is a technology, should be adapted.
Yes, sir. So I may request the students, if you still have any questions, you can pose it.
Yeah, somebody is there. I'm just curious why you think China is behind the war. Okay, something very interesting question. I love to answer this. With that, I'm just curious why think China is behind the war in West Asia. I have very different understanding of the war because I have lived in the Gulf region. But what sounds interesting? Yeah, somebody said, yeah, because who is your neighboring country? Your neighboring, who is our neighboring country? Not your, our neighboring country. Who is having competence in technology? Who is having education? Today, India is a threat for many countries. India is a threat for many countries in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, in terms of space research, in terms of defense capabilities, in terms of GDP. China is very poor in GDP today, and that is a habit. There is a culture, because see, I mean, how the COVID has come, from where it has come. So that is a deep strategy. I mean, I think at a higher level of governance, at political as well as at personal and social level, it's very clear that who is a friend of Iran now? Friend of Iran is China. And where Russia is a friend of both India and China, but it is balancing that Europe and US. So Iran has got the moral power from the China, and Iran public and Iran deposits have given to funds to Middle East. I mean, one or two countries where they would like to disturb Israel. And Israel is definitely is a powerful nation which sustain its resilience is high. It's very high resilience. So these all are a part of now business now. There was a time that what the connection between the geopolitical world and business. Today, business is a part of the geopolitical governance, and also we need to know that. Without that, we can't develop a product also.
That was an interesting
Yeah,
answer.
there is another question: how management faculty will use the flux? See, this is with my personal experience, I created this new concept, the flux. What I'm talking about is F is a futuristic technological disruption. So if you do not adapt, you are out. Your unstable geopolitical environment will disturb you if you're not adopting, learning about the logistics supply chain management of your goods and services. That is your and at global level. And today, liquidity. You need money to rotate your business. Liquidity crunch is going to be very high, and your cost optimization is very high. People today talk about cost optimization only. Whoever gives why, I'll tell you very systematically. All China EVs has dominated American and German cars. So what happened? There was a restriction on the import duties are very high in America and German to restrict China cars. China EV is dominated. Now semiconductors also is very highly dominated by these people. So that is again interesting thing. One need to know that if our management student will do not understand that how EV vehicles of Tata also is working on that. Ola is able to, Bhavish is able to do that EV. He is going to dominate. One or two failures are there. So what is important? Suppose let us say Bhavish Ola, he might have ordered some, EV from South Korea. Let us South Korea, some deposits are there in South Korea. And yesterday only there is a big war between South and North Korea. What will happen to logistic? 2 days before something happened, very drastic attack to the, particularly on Iran. That is called saturated strike. Strike, what is being done by Lebanon to Israel, that is called saturated strike, where the anti-missiles could not work it. So these are the things very important for a global perspective to understand in a very in a systematic way. Business, you don't sorry, that all of financial management and derivatives, particularly commodity market and derivatives, you work on that. You don't know what is happening there. You cannot play the future and options. You'll be out of the market. So commodity markets and derivative market purely depends on the logistics supply chain management of your completely other people. Somebody asking me, how can I build resilience to bounce back from failures? Failure is a perception, but if you understand, it's a process of life journey that it becomes easy. Failure is a benchmark that you either society creates, you create. Suppose today I'm supposed to walk 10 kilometers. I created a benchmark. I walked only 5 kilometers. Am I a failure? No. Somebody got 99% mark. He said, I'm a successful. You got only 50% marks. Why do you consider 50% a failure? It's a process. You attempted that much, you got that much. So this term, the failure, is a poor man understanding. But today, everybody should say that I'm in process. I will be reaching my goal. I'll be reaching my target. That's all. This is a number. This is a money, or this is a happiness or unhappiness. That also very critical thing. One can then somebody say that no, I didn't get the money to build a big house. I'm a failure. No, not required that. If you're in a comfortable state of mind, comfortable state of happiness, that's good. I think we shooted 5 minutes more. Thank you, Dr. Krishna. Thank you very much for introducing me. And once again, thanks to entire team of AIMS who have given me chance to me, and some of my ideas which are little critical in nature I put forward, but Unless you're critical, unless you're disruptive in putting your ideas across, you don't learn. So I feel that as a professor of management, I love to learn. I love to deviate. I love to debate. I love to, earn the new concepts and practices of management. Thank you very much. God bless you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.